Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy DKEN, and welcome to my incredible podcast. Now, before we commence this episode, do not forget to Hulk smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, share this with your boys and your fat ass families, follow me on Instagram, smash that bell notification button, and of course, as always, please sit back and enjoy. Let's get started. Our top story for today shall be part 2 of American Females Get Your Shit Together. Now, this will be a continuation of the first part of this particular topic. Now, in the previous episode, you have seen me played a compilation full of Red Pill and MGTOW clips. And the reason that I was showing you that compilation full of clips was because I wanted to demonstrate to you exactly how American females act nowadays, generally speaking. Again, this is to the 90% of American females. I do not believe that all the females in this country are dog shit, okay? I don't believe that. Now, I want all of you to understand how it works in today's time, because in this day and age, and if you have been watching and following MGTOW and or Red Pill YouTube channels for long enough, you would know that the top 20 to 10% of men in the US of A are getting all of the peace leave from a decent number of females, and the rest of the 80 to 90% of men are not getting any action in return, okay? Even for their good deeds, most men are not getting shit in return. We've all heard about the 80-20 rule, and very soon enough, that rule will transform into the 90-10 rule, okay? Meaning the top 10% of men, aka the Super Chads and the Brads and the Tyrones, get all of the peace leave from a good number of females, while the 90% of men are fully and completely invisible to all females. Well, you don't believe me? Let me show you an article, okay? This article is titled, Women Find 80% of Men Unattractive. Now, I'm only going to read to you the key details of this article in order to prove my point to you, okay? Here we go. It says, and I quote, women are often thought of as picky, especially where men are concerned. Some single women are known to have lists of characteristics that their ideal man must possess, like great abs, a sense of humor, a six-figure income, and a nice car. When a woman meets a potential mate, she has to decide which of these traits are deal breakers and which she can let go. Okay? It also says, and I quote, no matter how selective a woman might be, some have strict physical attributes from their must-haves list. As an OkCupid study found that women find 80% of men unattractive. End quote. Ladies and gentlemen, and especially the gentlemen, look at the fucking headlines of this article, okay? Does it look like, listen. Does it look like I'm making any of this shit up? Be straight with me. For those of you that are thinking, oh, he's just bitter and hurt. He's just being jaded. He being misogynistic. I just presented you statistics that prove my fucking point. When you really get down to it, and even up to this day, and I have personally experienced this concept, the top 20% of men at the very minimum are getting all of the peace leave from a decent number of females, and the other 80% of men are straight up, no bullshit, flat out invisible to all females. Now, as men, one common issue that we all must face is society's perspective of what it means to be a man. And when I say society, I mean like literally everybody. All of your friends in school, your whole family, all of these left-wing factions like the feminist movement, social justice warriors, the LGBTQ community, and all of these other groups that belong to the left. All of these people that I just mentioned have their own expectations on how men should behave. They don't say anything as to how females should behave. They always seem to be pushing all sorts of restrictions and expectations towards the men. They hold us accountable to traditional masculine roles, but on the other side of the same token, females in general are not held to traditional feminine standards, thanks to the feminist movement. Now, here's my opinion to that narrative. If y'all females think you can do everything by yourselves without men's help, then by all means, we will not be there to rescue you. After you fail, at least we won't have to tolerate one more second of you. Well, enough of that. Let's move on to the next topic. And I cannot stress this out enough. Females falsifying a wide variety of accusations. Now, this can range anywhere from domestic violence all the way to child abuse, sexual assault, like you name it. Now, I would like to present to you a survey that was conducted by the Center for Prosecutor Integrity, aka the CPI. Now, I'm only going to read to you the major key details about this survey so I can prove my point faster. Okay, here we go. It says right here, and I quote, "A recent national survey conducted by YouGov reveals 8% of Americans report being falsely accused of domestic violence, child abuse, sexual assault, or other forms of abuse. The 2,407 survey respondents were representative of the U.S. adult population. The 8% figure represents 20.4 million adults." It also says here, and I quote, "In 62% of cases, the false accusers were reported to be females. Often, the false allegation was made in the context of a child custody dispute, 27% of cases." And don't worry, folks, as always, I'll be putting this article as a source on the description box below this video so you can check it out. The point that I need to get across in terms of this particular article is this. Females in general are typically the ones that produce false accusations towards men. They are the manipulative perpetrators that try to point their fingers at us and say that it was our fault, while they hide behind the law and the badges, and they try to portray themselves as the victims when really they're the suspects. Plain and simple. Now, before I forget, I would love to share with you an article before concluding this episode titled 16 Reasons Most Men Can't Handle a Strong Independent Woman by Lachlan Brown. Keep in mind, this article came out around 3 years ago, so of course this was before the global COVID epidemic. So let's dive into this wonderful article as a family, shall we? Here we go. It says, and I quote, "Strong, independent, and happy women seem to be everywhere these days. But for every woman that's got her shit together, there's another woman in the wings waiting for her chance to shine. What separates these two types of women? The strong from the weak, the meek from the bold, the happy from the unhappy. Independence. Strong, independent women who can rely on themselves to make their life what they want it to be are happier, more successful. And let's face it, we all look up to them. So if you are looking to kickstart your life to the next level, consider what stepping outside your comfort zone into the unknown world by yourself might do for you and your life." So far, we're already a few sentences in, and I'm experiencing a migraine right now. But I think I can tolerate this for now, okay? Let's resume. It continues on, and I quote, "Number 1, she takes herself out to dinner. Don't feel bad for a woman sitting alone at a restaurant. And for goodness sake, don't assume she's waiting for a man to join her. Strong, independent women are perfectly happy to enjoy a good meal on their own. Taking it to the streets doesn't make her sad or starving for attention. It makes her confident." Okay, I need to stop you right there and respond to this. 1, taking herself out for dinner is simply pitiful and such a disgusting sight to witness. Gentlemen, always assume that she has girlfriends on the side at the very minimum that can pop out of nowhere and join her in her table, okay? 2, y'all strong and independent females are most certainly starving for attention, okay? Gents, another thing. If a female claims that she does not need attention or is not starving for attention, that is a land pile full of dog shit. That's a straight up lie. And 3, I will never feel bad if I notice a female, a strong independent female sitting by herself and enjoying her own dinner by herself. I will mind my own business and I will not disturb her. Okay? Let's resume. It continues on, and I quote, "Number 2, she's always on the go, While she may have many men pinning for her attention, she's not sitting at home waiting on a single one of them. She's got too many places to go and people to see. She isn't checking her phone, waiting for texts or calls from Mr. Right. She's out there loving life to the fullest. He'll catch up eventually. Now, here's the thing. Strong and independent females are considered to be masculine human beings, okay? Therefore, the only type of guys that she will attract are feminized, weak-ass beta male pussy simps. And there is no such thing as Mr. Right. They chose to create that bullshit fantasy where one day Mr. Right will eventually show up to their doorsteps, and right off the bat right there, they will embrace each other. Ladies and gentlemen, I will say this once again. The Mr. Right fairy tale is a fairy tale. It's not fucking real, okay? So come back to Earth and snap the fuck out of Disneyland. Very simple. As simple as that, okay? Let's continue. Number 3, she likes to travel alone. Strong, independent women will tell you that the easiest way to become that way is to travel alone. She doesn't need a partner to have a, quote, romantic getaway. Whether it's a cross-country road or a European vacation, seeing the sights on your own lets you ponder your thoughts, soak in the experiences, and not worry about entertaining others along the way. End quote. So don't get me wrong, I also love traveling by myself, and that way I don't have to worry about a buddy of mine who goes off by himself and then he gets lost, which forces the whole group to go out and find him. However, for those of you females that love traveling alone all by yourselves, just keep this in mind. If something happens to you, and let me try to specify, if you encounter a situation where bad people are going after you and then you get abducted like the movie Taken with Liam Neeson, do not ask us for help, okay? Because like you said, you're a strong and independent female, okay? That means that you can handle yourselves without the help of any man. So good luck with that. Let's continue. Number 4, she breaks from the crowd whenever possible. Crowds are akin to herds. And what does the herd do? The same thing. Strong, independent women break away from the crowds whenever they can because they know that the action isn't happening where the people are. It's happening where the locals are. This is especially true of high tourism areas around the world. Want to live a different life? Live it away from the crowd. Number 5. She leaves bad situations in the dust. Whether it's a bad breakup or someone else's drama stealing her sunshine, a strong, independent woman will walk away from the drama and not think twice about it. She knows how to move on from a breakup. She's not about to let her happiness be tarnished by someone else's unhappiness. We each get to choose how we live. She chooses happiness. I do have to say this. Notice how it says a strong, independent female will walk away from the drama and not think twice about it. Gentlemen, always know that it's the females that bring drama to the table. They're the ones that stir and boil shit up, and they are the ones that start conflict every time. And this is something that I've learned from Coach Corey Wayne. Whenever a female senses weakness, like a chink in your armor, she will start to test you. She will throw obstacles at you. However, if she starts treating you like dog shit, that's where you need to draw the line and call her out on her disrespectful bullshit. This is something that y'all need to keep in mind. Let's continue. Number 6, she buys herself gifts. While it's great to get gifts from people, happy and independent women often reward themselves for hard work and treat themselves to something special. After all, the longest relationship we'll ever be in is the one we are in with ourselves. She doesn't need a man to give her gifts. Shouldn't we treat ourselves with kindness and love the way we would want others to treat us? Well, to answer your question, I've got a better question. Shouldn't y'all females stop being so fucking narcissistic and egocentric and start unfucking yourselves and correct all of the unnecessary mistakes that you're making towards men? I'm just saying. Let's continue. Number 7, she doesn't need a boyfriend. She needs a partner. Even happy and independent women want someone to love, but women like this don't want just anyone. They want someone who will see them as their equal and respect that they have their own life to live. So, learn how to give the right guys a fucking chance and see where it will take the two of you. Very simple. That's a lesson you should keep in mind. Let's move on. Number 8, she knows her worth. Even if you don't see it, she knows what she brings to the table, and she is not about to let anyone tell her different. Some will love her for it, and some will hate her, but she doesn't care either way. That does raise a question. It says right here, she knows what she brings to the table. Okay, then tell me, what the fuck does she bring to the table? Other than her peace leaf, what does she bring to the table? Here's the answer. Nothing but fucking drama. Moving on. Number 9, she doesn't put up with bullshit from people. Quick side note, neither do we. Real masculine alpha males will literally throw you to the streets as soon as they sense that you bring drama to the table, and then the beta male simps can rescue you from there. Anyway, whether it's her nitpicky sister-in-law or her boyfriend, she's not going to take crap from anyone. Life's too short to let others dictate how she gets to live her life. If you'd like to become a strong and independent female, check out our free masterclass, Embrace Your Inner Beast, Turning Anger into Your Ally. Number 10, she can spoil herself. Strong, independent women like to buy their own things and show the world that they don't need anyone to buy it for them. Sure, it might look like an extravagant spending to some, but it's self-love through and through. I mean, if you say so, okay? Number 11, she's happy to pay the bill. Dinner with friends? Sounds great. She's happy to pick up the tab for a meal for friends. She's got her act together and likes to take care of those around her. Funny enough, this can often make a man insecure. Number 12, she doesn't hang around with needy people. Clingy, needy people are not on her radar because she puts them out of her life. Strong, independent women have relationships that feed the soul, not suck the life out of them. 13, her goals come first. Regardless of who may be in her life, a happy woman is putting her goals above all else. She won't pander to others who need her attention because they can't get their own act together. So some of the things that she just mentioned, such as being happy to pay the bill, knowing your own worth, don't put up with disrespect from anybody, kick the toxic and needy people out of your life, those are essential in terms of building your overall self. Those are important values that you need to have. So I will agree with the author of these things because it's the same thing with the real masculine man that nobody can control. Moving on, number 14, she knows what she wants. Whether she shares her dreams with the world or not, she knows that she has the right to go after what she wants. Strong, happy, independent women know what they want in life and are willing to go after it no matter what. Strong and independent people have mental toughness. Learn how to develop your mental toughness in our ebook, The Art of Resilience, a practical guide to developing mental toughness. Number 15, she doesn't need anyone. You might think a life of solitude is lonely, but an independent woman doesn't have to spend her life alone. She chooses to do so until the right person comes along, aka Mr. Right. She's an old soul. And number 16, she doesn't say she's sorry. Strong, independent women don't make apologies for being that way. They choose to live like that, just like you and I can live like that. If you don't like it, believe me, she doesn't care. Whew, alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this article. Feel free to put down your opinions on the comment section below this video and tell me what you thought about that article. But personally, I thought that was a mouthful, okay? So in conclusion, let's get some main points across, okay? Number 1, females, start learning how to treat men well, okay? Because the more masculine you want to act towards men, here's what's gonna happen. The feminized beta male pussies will start chasing you like the dogs that they are because they're thirsty for some peace leave, and the masculine men will look the other way and will not give you the attention and validation that you are craving deep down. You don't deserve to get any of that because you have not earned it. This leads to my second point, number 2. Start learning how to be feminine because y'all strong and independent females are becoming professional wood killers, and that's simply a turnoff to all masculine men like myself. Number 3, for those of you that are indeed self-proclaimed strong and independent females, y'all are straight up fucking liars. You are not strong. You are not independent. You need men in order to siphon as much attention and validation as you need in order to survive. So stop fucking lying to us, saying that you don't need a man. Which leads to my fourth point. Number 4, here's the difference between a self-proclaimed strong and independent female and a real strong masculine man. Those females need men in order to survive. However, real strong and masculine men, we do not need anybody. Straight up, for real. We don't need anybody in order to prosper. I've seen that with my 2 eyes. I have seen real strong men grow and expand. As strong and masculine men, we do not need you females. Y'all females need us. That's the difference between a self-proclaimed strong and independent female and a strong masculine man. Keep that in mind. And number 5, and I cannot stress this out enough, after everything that I have said, this is a PSA to all of you modern females out there, especially the strong and independent females. I'll say this one more time. Get your shit together, because y'all are failing hard. So with all of that said, this concludes this episode of my incredible podcast. So thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to Hulk smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, share this with your boys and your fat ass families, follow me on Instagram, smash that bell notification button, and every single one of you have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace out.